Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all doing great. Welcome to our webinar, Interactive Trading Conversations. We're going to start. I guess other people are going to join us as we go. So welcome again to our Wednesday's webinar, Interactive Trading Conversations. My name is Simon Friedman. I'm a senior account manager with AvaTrade. I've been involved in trading for the past 24 years. Started as a prop trader in New York City from June of 2000. And after 11 years, I moved on into a different way of trading and also started to mentor and educate others. And I'm very happy of this great opportunity to assist our customers at AvaTrade. The agenda of the webinar, as usual, we come here to ask specific questions. And for new people, just a little bit of history. I decided to create this webinar because we have amazing webinars that we give to our people, our traders and customers. And it's usually a presentation that we prepare, we give it to you, and there's a small portion that we leave for questions, and that's how it works. But then I realized that it could be a good idea if we just had a session, the whole session with questions, and also addressing specific markets. So that's how this webinar was created. Pretty much the question we ask that we discuss together, we analyze the charts, and if any fundamental information I have for you, I'll be happy to share. And we ask questions about whatever it's tradable. It could be gold, silver, oil, as far as commodities, any specific shares that is tradable, or indices, or currency pairs. Okay, so we discuss things. We have up to an hour of our webinar. Sometimes I'm having a hard time begging for questions. I don't like that process, so I hope we can avoid that. There's some sessions that people ask a lot of questions. Some sessions we get a shy audience that for some reason they're not asking many questions. So I hope that we'll be active today. We start September, markets are moving, and let's ask specific questions and we'll address them. Risk warning, you can find a full statement at avatrade.com website. And of course, everything we do is purely educational. We do not suggest any trades. Social media, you have our channels here with Telegram, X, and YouTube. As I usually say, YouTube is my favorite. You have a lot of information there being added, including all the webinars that we offer are being recorded and posted on YouTube. So some people will be watching this on YouTube. So welcome to you too. And also it gives us, all of us, you and me, here in the live webinar, give us an opportunity to be a channel for those people that will be watching this on YouTube, because for obvious reasons, they're not able to ask questions because that's not a live webinar. So you can ask questions and know that those questions and the answers to them and discussions will be helping those people. Okay. All right. So I guess we can start. I'm going to bring the MetaTrader here. Just 4. I also have 5 ready if we need it. And let's go, guys. We have up to an hour. You can ask as many questions as you'd like about the markets that we are trading at AvaTrade. And we'll address each question. I'm going to read the question again. All you have to do, just type it in the questions window. And also, I'm going to read it. And in audience, whoever has opinion about that specific asset, you can write your opinion. For instance, somebody was asking, what do you think about the gold? What the gold's going to do? And some people start writing, it's strong, it's hitting resistance, whatever the things are. Okay, and we're going to go with the same process with all the questions that you ask. So don't be shy. All right, I'm just going to read the question that you post and we'll discuss it together. Okay, we can start, guys. Again, I don't want to play dentist pulling teeth. So please type your questions, just throw tons of questions, and that makes me very happy, and I'm sure the audience will be happy to get the answers. Okay, so Eric, thank you for starting. Tech has been taking a hit. So can we look at Alphabet? As I read, BlackRock is loading up with this stock. Of course, tech has been hit, and I think NVIDIA is the one dragging. I think they lost $200-something billion, the last drop, and that's the biggest drop since the 5th of August. Alphabet, which is Google, parent company for Google. Here we go. again, like as I said, I'm going to share with you if I know any fundamentals. I think week or a couple of weeks back, there was an announcement that U.S. court, the government is actually suing Alphabet, Google, for being monopoly in the search engine and other things. So since then, the stock's been selling, and it's been having a lot of pressure, as you see here. It's been far from being at the highs, right? Let's see the weekly chart so it gives more clarity. So the high here we hit in July on Alphabet, it was 191.67. We are at around 157 now, right? So that puts a lot of pressure. We still don't know. Another thing came, I think, a few days after that announcement, a week after. They said that the government is trying, or the court's trying to break the company into different things to kind of break that monopoly. And also, it was affecting the Apple potentially. At least some analysts were saying about it, because Alphabet or Google made a deal with Apple that Apple would be the search engine of choice for all the Apple products, iPhone especially, right? So said if they do something to remove it, that also will create a loss of profit for Apple, because Alphabet, it looks like, I don't know the details, but it looks like they're paying pretty good buck for Apple for using Google search, right? So I didn't hear that somebody's loading with it. I mean, makes sense, but I cannot comment on that because I didn't hear that. Now we are sitting here on 200 moving average here. It's a sell-off yesterday after the long weekend, and we're not really rushing into recovering here, right? Okay, good question, Eric. And if we're already speaking of tech, we have to watch NVIDIA. It sold yesterday, today gapped lower and recover a little bit. And also, it dragged Chinese semiconductor and tech companies down, according to analysts. China is already weak, and today we had another move down because in sympathy with NVIDIA, the local tech companies went down as well. And obviously, there's I guess slowing down in demand locally for the tech products. Okay, Eric, again, thank you. Let's look at oil again. It was an article on oil. I was doing not the research, but market review today for my team. I do it daily, and there was an article on Barron's. They said the oil main reason. Like I've been talking, I think last session, Eric, if you remember, I spoke about it. That China's demand is shrinking as the economy that's shrinking. It looks like it. That's one of the reasons. And the second, apparently, the production in the U.S. is huge as well. So those are two major reasons. And as you can see, the market is falling, right? The U.S. market, the global European markets, together with Chinese. So it looks like demand is not so hot, right? So that's fundamental. Let's take a look at the chart. I go back to MT4. I have some levels there. It's the crude oil. See, we another thing I read today. We just give away the year-to-date profit. Let's see if that's true. So we go back to January of current year. Yeah, that's true right here. We win profit from the December. We closed. 1 second. December we closed at 73.75. We're currently trading below that price. So yeah, all year up and down, lots of excitement. We hit 87 back in March. Then, if you remember, we spoke about it. We had a lower high followed by the lower low, and we are continuing sliding. So, like I said a few times, we need some signs of life from China, if I can use that phrase. We need also OPEC. It looks like another thing I think I read. OPEC is not really cutting. The production's going on. They might even increase it. Weird stuff. As they were hoping the price would go higher when they cut the production, but it didn't. So I guess they're going to start compete with the U.S. with the production. It's just my thoughts. So daily, this is weekly, daily chart. Huge drop yesterday with the market. We broke through the double bottom here around 71, right? And that was probably the biggest candle in a long time. What's the range of this candle? 74.27. Wow, $4.14. Oh, $4.19 range. That's big. That's about what, 5% for the price, maybe more or less. Okay, so after this drop, you would expect some correction. We did try today. Here we go. I traded some oil today. They did try that for 1 hour, and then she come right back. So I guess we'll take one day at the time. In this case, maybe 1 hour at the time. So I guess today's low, which is the lowest thing for the year so far, right? 69 was the low here. 69.17 is the low, and today's high. If we break it, it could create some impulse, maybe some short squeeze. A lot of people are short. If we do, that's what we did actually today. You see, that squeeze came all the way to retest the previous support, and it's that candle says, okay, guys, this was a support. Now it's a resistance. So I think this candle should be our range for seeing what's happening, but it's clearly a downtrend. So if you use a major rule of trading, the trend is your friend. That buying here, it could be a smart idea. I'm not saying not, but so far the trend is down. So on the downtrend, buying on the downtrend, some traders call it catching a falling knife. We could go lower just to give you an idea where oil was in the beginning of pandemic, right? You remember that story that I keep on bringing up when it was in a negative territory briefly. But April of 2020, when the pandemic kicked in hard, the low here for the futures was about $6, but it was negative. The contract of the futures of that time, it hit negative. It was more expensive to store the oil than the price of it. That's weird. Okay, good question. What driving Tesla up today? Fundamentally, I really don't know, but Tesla is it's very unique. It's a very unique stock. I mean, when the market is doing all-time highs, Tesla is still way down, right? So it is trading. It could be that, first of all, I mean, fundamentally, I really don't know. The thing is, one thing I do know for sure, a few things, okay? And I think I spoke about it in one of the sessions. Things from the last thing I checked. One, it looks like the self-driving software is getting better. I remember one of the Barron's people that writes articles, he mentioned it last time, and he actually tested it. And I remember exactly how he wrote it. Said the previous version, it was like a teenager driving, crazy driving, and said the new version is more like an adult, more calm. It's not an exact quote, but that's what he was writing. So that's one thing. But the main thing, we're getting closer to October. In October, they have a presentation of a robot taxi. And there's a lot of hope, a lot of bets on that being a source of income or good source of income for the company. So maybe something leaks already into the public or some traders or hedge funds. Because remember, the big moves and the people that start the big moves, those are the smart money, right? Hedge funds, banks, Warren Buffett kind of people. And And then, there's also a saying that I like to say, you buy the rumors, you sell the news. So this happens, then we're going to hear some analysts finding reasons, and then the public say, wow, Tesla's going up. Maybe this time it's going to hit 300 again. And they're going to jump on it. So it could be anything. Now, technically speaking, we did on this pullback, we actually held the 200. So that looked positive, and we are holding the 200 key point. As you know, here we've been exchanging that up and down around that number. And we came to 220. And it looks like today we're breaking it up. You know what? Let's see if I can find any live news now on Dow Jones. Give me 1 second. Okay, no, I don't see. It's funny when they talk about Tesla, so they put the news about the X, that Elon Musk is joking about Brazil closing his X messenger. Another message from this morning: Tesla introduces winter package for Cybertruck priced at $3,000. Okay, I don't see anything super significant. But those are the things. Okay, so I guess we have to see how 220 is being played. If we move higher from here, the previous resistance might be retested. And I mean, for the big move going to the moon, we need to break this previous high of beginning of July of 270. Okay, and that's your Tesla. Okay, and again, it's unpredictable. It's like personality, personal actions of Elon Musk affecting the stock, like it did. He moved the stock significantly lower, still suffering when he decided to purchase the Twitter. Now it's X, right? For what was it? 45 billion, 46 billion. Don't remember the price. So it's very sensitive to everything. Whatever he writes on the X, whatever else is happening, whatever arguments he has with the presidents or country rulers, he's a very interesting character. All right. Thank you for the question, Eric. And guys, I don't see any questions from you. I want to thank you for participating. Please, for next time, prepare yourself, ask questions. Lots of markets that you could be trading, or at least learning about. And you should feel free to ask about those markets. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you and all the best. You have a good evening or whatever time of the day it is there. And we should be back next Wednesday, God willing. All the best. Take care.